Oi?
Could you
É,
present yourself as well?
é, é,
You know what I mean? Just like, oh, I'm Marcos. I don't know. I'm 30
ah,
years old, something like that. What do
ah,
you do? What's your job? Why
ok.
are willing to learn English and practice?
I'm Marcos. I'm 46 years old. I've been married for 20 years and I have three children. And I need to learn English because it's necessary in my work and also because it is an old dream. And I I'm starting in transition career. Uh, I'm beginner in English, but I I well how can I say uh, I I feel old, but but I think it is possible. I'm speak English. Uh, that's it.
Yes, yes. I loved your presentation. Welcome again. And yeah, for sure, absolutely. There's no time to learn a new language. And don't worry, because you mentioned, oh, I am beginner in English. But here in Talk and Talk, it doesn't mean nothing, right? We are here to have a good chat, to try to talk about a topic, and that's all right. All people here are from different levels, and we are learning together. We are here to learn together, right? Thanks. Fernanda, your turn. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm Fernanda, I live in São Paulo. I work with finance and I like to learn new languages, have a time with my family. I normally participate for Spanish meetings also. And about the first question, I think normally I am a good listener because I try to understand what the other what the other person is talking about, and some qualities of a good listener I think is is when the person is in the moment when you are talking with her. Also, when the person try to not interrupt the other one, and do something like summarize what you're saying, and ask this just to understand that you get what the person was saying. I think this is some qualities.
Yes, girl, you know that. Thanks for coming, for being here. So, guys, sorry, I forgot to introduce a little bit about Talk and Talk. I was trying to recover my camera, but that's okay. Before I present myself, I can do it. So for those who will be watching us later at YouTube and doesn't know TNT yet, just a quick introduction, right? TNT is a community where we came here to practice foreign language, right? Not just English, but also Spanish, like Fernanda mentioned. And there's also French, Italian, right? I believe there are other languages, and the live meetings are like here right now. They are not regular classes. I'm not even a teacher. I'm not here to correct anyone. There's some material or homework. We are just here to have a nice chat, practice our speaking in order to develop confidence and achieve the fluency, right? And yeah, but if you are interested to purchase some classes, You can see all the available options at our website, talkandtalk.com.br, right? And that's all. So, yeah, Marcus, you mentioned you introduced yourself when I started to recover, to write, to put the live on YouTube, and you answered the question number one, but you forgot about the second part, right? What do you think that forms a good listener? Could you, Fernanda mentioned some of the things that she believed, and you wanna add something? There some features of a good listener that you believe that are important. I don't know. Could you share with us?
Important for a good listener.
Yeah, what makes a person a good listener? What do you think?
For factors, this is a 90 question.
No, is the second part or of question number one?
Okay, what are some of the quality of a good listener?
Yes.
What is some of the qualities of the good listeners? I believe this since the lack of the empathy, patience, and charity. The I
Got it.
of
So
course,
patience.
it depends a lot on the situation, but I believe these the three qualities, it is very important.
Got it. You say patience, charity, and what it was the first one? Sorry, I didn't.
Empathy.
Empathy. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I agree with you. These features make a good listener. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, Marcus. Yeah, and about me, let me just introduce myself very quickly. Let me see. I'm Ana Laura. I'm 26. I live in Barueri, São Paulo, and I work with quality control in the food industry. What else? I live with my boyfriend, and on my free time, I like to read books, watch some series, and also do some biking. And let me see if I...
Too.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, you can see my bike right now, right there. You see? Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm planning for a ride later.
Right,
Maybe.
kilometers today.
Oh, today, not yet. But I don't know, I don't measure, but I try to ride the most possible of around, for maybe 1 hour of the day,
Tell me your
but
stuff.
yes. Let me see if I am a good listener. Yes, I consider more or less like Marcus. I'm still learning how to do it properly, I believe, because I sometimes I am too, in a rush, and I try to unfortunately, sometimes I interrupt people there. I'm talking, just to rush the conversation because I want to summarize everything, but that is not correct, and yeah, maybe it's something, definitely it's something that I need to improve. But about the qualities, I believe that you and Marcos and Fernanda said everything, like about patience and empathy, and also about trying to do open questions, like the video give us some examples, how trying to understand what the person felt or at that moment and what she did, and try to summarize the things that the person was talking, and do not interrupt. That I mentioned that is my weak spot, I would say. Yeah, but I believe that these are the qualities of a good listener. Let's jump to question number 2. This one I'm curious because I found about these styles of talkers, and I would like it to see if you guys have some difficulties with different styles of talks. Fernanda, could you read for us question number 2 and give us your answer?
Yes. Do you have a hard time listening whenever someone talks with a certain style? Slow speakers or fast speakers? People who speaks for a long time without pausing, or those who share briefly? For me, I think it's hard to listen when the person speaks slowly. I start to get sleepy. I start to not pay attention in what the person is talking about. For me, it's the most difficult.
Yes, I agree with you. We are on the same page, but I think that for me, people who talk a lot with no pausing at all, they doesn't have time to process all the things, but then or share some details about everything, and then you start to do not pay attention, because I have difficulty with these 2 styles. And you, Marcos, what about you?
Yes, I find it difficult to hear who speaking fast without breaks and who speaks too slowly. But we have to understand that everyone has their own way of expressing themselves. Today, I'm trying to speak in English, and I can't speak to the way I'd like to. So you need to have empathy.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. You're 100% right. Everybody has their own style, and sometimes it's just, in that specific situation, maybe the person doesn't, quite, oh, I forgot the word. When she doesn't know so much about a specific topic or subject, then or learning a new language, right? We have to have empathy and pay attention, right? Because it's important, right? Everyone wants to be listened, and maybe in the next time it would be us, right? Maybe if I start right now to try to speak Spanish with Fernanda, right? She is one of the hosts of Spanish, right? Here in Talk and Talk, and I don't know to speak Spanish, so I would start to speak slower than her, and maybe it would be in a different situation, right? Thanks, Marcus. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you are right. Marcus, could you read question number 3 and give us your answer?
Okay. I don't know if I understood this question correctly. What types of question do you usually ask when talking with others? My answer is hello, how are you? I can ask you a question. Could you help me with this task? That's it. I um I not correct this question.
Okay, and let me try to clarify. I was trying to say about questions, more or less like we saw on the video. When you talk to a person, she is explaining for you, about a situation an experience that she had. And then, you try to, you ask some questions like, the open-minded, like this type that they mentioned about trying to understand what the person felt and how it was for she, or just trying to, giving some questions about trying to rush the people or satisfy your curiosity, demanding some answers that you were interested, not helping, trying to understand what the person felt and what are their thoughts. I'm not so sure if I being if I explain. Did you get it? I don't know. Right? Like, let me try to answer this one. Usually I try to, and what did you do? I try to, this is my difficulty. I try to, interrupt the person and sometimes make them to go to the main point of the talk, and this is not always the best. Sometimes we need to summarize, but sometimes it's not the it's not the main point that matters. I don't know if I if you got it. You got it, Marcus? This type of questions that I was trying to understand what questions you do while a conversation. Do you have something in mind, something like that? Or you just listen when the person is speaking to you?
Sorry. The question is to be related to the video, is correct?
Yes.
And how can I say? I prepare my answers in previous and class because I'm beginner. I have difficulty in listening and formulating and my answer. I I, I try is here, but I have difficulty in for um, in the individual. I don't understand and how 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 phrases how conversation. I I I get any words, but de, a frase completa eu não consegui pegar tudo. Yes.
Got it. But I was trying to say about not just about English, in Portuguese. What type of questions do you do? Not only in English, right? The here we're talking about listening, but not just English. Listening, like this term in Portuguese, heard a lot of like escutatório, the ability to really listen to someone, but not just about English, but any language, when you have a conversation in any language. But thanks for sharing. And you, Fernanda, what type of questions do you do?
Normally I do something like, oh, so you were saying that, and then summarize what the other person was talking about. And normally I ask something about the subject, and just to show that I'm paying attention. And also sometimes I have some doubts, about what the person was saying. So I normally ask something related to this subject.
Got it. Yes, I believe that this is the really what a good listener do. Thanks, Fernanda, for sharing. And yeah, I forgot to talk about one thing that you mentioned, Marcus, about understanding all of what the video was saying. Yes, it's normal, right? I believe Philip talks all about this, right? That when you're learning a new language, sometimes you don't get all the details of the message, but by the context and with your vocabulary, you can, interpret in that way and understand the message, in general, but not all the details. But that's okay. There's the important thing is to understand and try to understand the context. That's normal. Okay.
I have difficulty immersion, but I think it is important to participate because if you're in the water, you're forced to learn to swim.
Yes, that's a good analogy. Definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, you're 100% right. Let me see. Yes, this one I was curious to know as well. Where do your eyes go in conversation? When was the last time you intentionally made eye contact during a conversation? Let me see. About me, unfortunately, sometimes my eyes go to, a clock when I'm talking to someone. And sometimes smartphone as well, trying to do a lot of things while talking to someone, but sometimes it's not possible and it's not right? And the last time I made eye contact, yes, let me see. I didn't talk with no one until you guys today, but I would say yes, yesterday. With, let me see, with my boss, because my boyfriend went to travel, and yeah. Let me see, and you, Fernanda, where do your eyes go in that conversation?
I have difficulty also to keep the eye contact. Normally goes to a wall or something like that. And I think the last time was with I keep this eye contact was when I talked with my mom these days. I don't remember exactly the date, but I think it was a simple conversation here at home.
Got it. Thank you so much. And your friend Marcos.
Everything is relative. There are conversations that hold your attention, especially if you are interested. And there are others that our eyes seek the horizon. And sometimes I'm too looking see my clock, my smartphone too. That's it. Yeah.
Guys, I was just saying that I didn't put all the questions. Is missing question number 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we have all of them. Sorry about that. Yes. Yes, I have the same difficulty. I always trying to see what time is it, if I have if I can do something while as well, solving some things at my smartphone. Yes. Let me see what other question we can do. Let me see. Maybe question number 9. Let me see.
9.
Could you 9? Yes, Marcos. Could you read for us and share your thoughts about it?
It's me.
Yes.
9.
Could you?
What could be some factors that damage our ability to have a quality conversation with someone? See 2 examples. As topic politics in the previous question, this one example, sensitive topics, lack of empathy, patience, and charity. I say any other question. Is this quality and quality for conversation, for a good conversation?
Okay, so you say the lack of the abilities that we mentioned before that makes a good listener, and also talk about sensitive topics. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you mixed a little bit with question number 8, but I want to hear from you. What would be a sensitive topic today? You mentioned if I don't listen wrong about politics.
Yes.
I don't know. Politics. What else you think is like sensitive topic nowadays? Or just politics?
I don't understand.
Oh, what do you think that is besides politics would be a sensitive topic?
Yes.
People, that is not so good to talk about because could lead to our arguing. I don't know.
And the question and the some factors and the measure our ability to have quality conversation, and I believe in sensitive topics and for how politics, religious is sensitive topics, and the some people's the interested in topics, but others don't interested in have a conflict in this conversation. But I don't have a I don't but I formulate interest in my brain. I do not want to conflict. I want conversations good, in case.
Got it. I see your point. Yeah, you mentioned so the lack of the qualities that we were saying before, sensitive topics, right? Like politics and religion. Yes, I agree. And I missed something. Sorry. Thank you. I believe that it was all right.
When I'm with my pedal friends, we only talk about bicycles. And this moldy this way our conversation goes far.
Got it. Thanks, Marcos. I want to hear from Fernanda right now. What about you? Could you answer? We are mixing question number 8 and 9.
Okay, about the 8, I agree with Marcus. I think religion is a sensitive topic, politics also, and when we talk about if the person is gay, if the person is not, something sensitive also, I think, nowadays. And about the 9, I think some factors that affect the quality of a conversation. I think maybe the cell phone, when the person is not, it's like seeing something in the cell phone, it can be bad. Also, when the person is watching TV and you are talking with this person, probably it won't be you won't have a good conversation, and when the place is noisy, like it has a lot of noise and you don't listen well, I think it's something that can affect.
Yes, 100%. I agree with you. You said it all. So, what could the factors that damage the quality of a conversation would be sources of distraction. Cell phone, I would put on the top one, right? And let me see. What else did you mention? Yes, about I agree with you and Marcus talking about politics, religions that are sensitive topics, especially nowadays that people are so polarized, right? Unfortunately. Also, what you mentioned, Fernanda, about people's sexuality as well, it's not about our concern. I would put also about here, especially in Brazil, football as well. You like team people that cheers that roots for a team and the starts to arguing with people of that roots for another team, and sometimes with some people it's a sensitive topic as well. And yeah, other sources, other factors that I would mention that damage our ability to make a good conversation besides distractions, I would say, maybe physical, internal factors like when you are tired as well, or when you have a tight schedule, you don't have you have a short period of time to talk with people, and I believe that this damages as well. Yes, let me see. What other? You guys want to add something? You want to add something, Marcus? No?
Right.
You want to add something? I thought that maybe you would start to talk about something. No, it was not my impression. Sorry. Let me see. Oh, this one. Question number 10. Fernanda, could you read for us and give us your answer?
Yes. It's easy for you handle another person's emotion when they open up to you. Not so easy because sometimes you have to think what you are going to answer to not appear that you are not getting the emotion the person is open to you. And for me it's difficult, but I try to stay in the moment, ask if the person wants to add something more, and also make some questions related to what the person's saying to get more details.
Yes, girl, you nailed it. Thanks for sharing. Let me see. For me, it would depend of the level of intimacy that I have with the person. Depending, it would be a little bit awkward. But let's hear first from Marcus. You are like Fernanda, or you have some difficulty?
No, I don't have difficult. I try to help and support the person because if they told me it is because he expects something. I I I try support in the person. It is fine for me. That's it.
Got it. Yes, yes. This is the important, right? Try to be there to the person, to stay present, like Fernanda mentioned. And you mentioned, Marcus, about give them our support. But I have some difficulty if the person, is not so close to me, right? Like a family member, a close one, like my mom or my brothers and my father. Like I have some cousins that I, saw a long time ago, so many years when I was just a child, and it would be a little bit awkward for me if they start to come and open up for me. And some people at work, it would be awkward, but I would we must have to try, right, to be there for the person and do what you guys mentioned. Yeah, try to understand. Sometimes it's not even help them with the situation or their feelings, is just to listen. They just wanna, I don't know how to say this in English. Maybe Fernanda could help me with this one. Desabafar. Right? I don't know how to say. But yes, I would say that it's not so easy for me to handle with another people emotion. And yes, let me see if, I don't know, maybe we have enough time for just one more question. Let me see. Yes, about question number 6, Marcos. No, question number 6, sorry. Question number 5, sorry. I was 5, yeah. When you are speaking to someone, another person walks, appears, and interrupts, what do you usually do? You give them, the person that just arrived, attention. You try to focus on the talk that you are doing it. How do you handle?
How 5 is correct. How do you handle moments when someone is speaking to you and another person walks up and interrupts? Politely, politely seek ask to wait a moment, but it is very difficult and say it's was not I I I I say ask to wait a moment, but I not to be rude. But
Yes.
is difficult. Is difficult to say in the moment, but and persons interrupt in the conversation in expert uh, eh, for for uh, for her it's normal. A pessoa não percebe.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Marcos. Thank you, Fernanda. What do you usually do?
Normally I stop speaking. And I feel sad, like, oh, it was so boring that the person didn't want to listen. That's it for me.
Yes, I am a little bit like you. I stop to talk, but depending on the situation, like if it's an emergency, right, of course, I will stop what I was doing, speaking, and try to help them out with what else it happened. But yeah, I would stop to talk and try to, like Marcus said, ask them for wait a moment. And the key is trying not to be rude, like you said, Marcus, but it's complex because it depends on the person as well. You can be misunderstood, you know. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, we are running out of time. I would like to thank you for being here. I'm putting some links on the chat, right? The first one is to you guys to send your feedback about this specific meeting, me as a hostess. So if you have, you know, oh, Anna, you could do better at this or that, giving me a real feedback. It's anonymous, don't be shy. And if maybe you can put there also some topics you guys want to discuss in the future, some ideas to bring some new ideas, it would be awesome. And the second one is for TNT's website, and the third one is for this live on YouTube. So if you can go there, hit the like button, subscribe at TNT's channel, would mean a lot for us. And that's all. Hope you guys have enjoyed our time together and have a great day, a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Great week.